Hi guys, I'm Jacqueline Zacharias. Today I want to talk a little bit about shoulder control. I've had a lot of requests for this video. A lot of people have asked me, what does it mean when a horse falls in or drops its shoulder, and how do I fix that if my horse does do that? So I'm going to show you guys first off what it is when a horse falls in or drops its shoulder or dives in on the circle, and then a few exercises I like to use to fix that. Let's get started. So this horse knows his job pretty well. He doesn't have that tendency to drop his shoulders anymore because we've worked a lot on it. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you what it would look like if your horse is dropping its shoulder. So what often happens is that this shoulder kind of pops in and just falls out over here, and the nose goes to the outside and everything just kind of collapses instead of that horse picking himself up and turning. Step up. Okay, this is what it would look like right here. See that? That horse is falling in right there. Now, at a slower speed, it doesn't matter as much. You probably won't notice it much, but when you get up to higher speeds, or you're asking for a spin, or you're asking that horse to trot a really nice circle in the pen, or maybe lope a nice circle, you're gonna see it show up in a much bigger way. So if when I turn, everything just kind of falls in right here, I'm gonna have a really hard time loping a really nice circle. Often what I see people do is that they'll get on a circle here and they just constantly have to fight that horse to keep it stood up, okay? And as soon as they let that horse go, what does he do? He kind of spirals his way in into a smaller and smaller circle till he just kind of putzes out in the center, okay? So if you're having that problem with your horse, I'm gonna show you how to fix it. Now, it's really important to take note that your inside leg has to mean something to the horse. Your leg has to mean something. Okay, if I lay that leg and literally nothing happens, my horse is completely dull to it, you're gonna want to fix that first. We have other videos that detail how to do that, but I need to make you aware of that first. If I lay my leg and that horse doesn't know how to move off of it, this isn't gonna do you a whole lot of good. So fix that first and then we'll get into this. So, pay very close attention to the way I use my reins and legs here. This is gonna matter a lot. You don't wanna have one of these more imbalanced than the other one. The first thing we wanna do is to make sure your horse's nose is tipped to the inside. And the way I'm gonna do that is by keeping my leg on him. I'm gonna keep him stood up right here so he knows he's not turning that way, you're simply tipping your nose that way, okay? So I'm gonna get the position. I'm gonna tip my horse's nose to the inside, that's my position. Outside rein is direction, because I wanna pick the horse up and guide him to the outside. And my leg gives the energy, that's the speed, okay? So your inside rein is position, your outside rein is direction, your leg is the speed, that's your gas pedal, okay? I'll walk him forward here and show you what it looks like in motion. All right, so I'm gently gonna pick up the inside rein, make contact, get that nose tipped to the inside, keep my leg on him so he doesn't just dive in and turn to the inside. I'm gonna take my outside rein, give him some guidance of where I want him to go, and with a balanced move, I'm gonna push everything to the outside, okay? Get that position, take the outside rein, guide him across and push him through with my leg. Notice how I don't pull harder with my hands to make this happen, okay? I set it up, push it through with my leg. Set him up, push him through with my leg. Now I'm gonna show you what will happen if you don't have the right amount of pressure on your reins, okay? If I'm just walking along here and I just pull that inside rein and expect him to stand up, what happens? He goes into a really tight circle. He just turns. Now I have a pretty circle because my leg is on him. What would happen if I took my leg off and my leg wasn't even there? He would spiral down to a turn, that shoulder would just drop it even more, okay? So you gotta have everything together. Now if I just have outside rein and I don't have enough inside rein or leg, then your horse is gonna turn inside out and you're gonna have a move that kind of looks like this. It doesn't look pretty, it doesn't work. So everything needs to be working together. Just enough pressure, get that position, give that horse that guidance, set it up, push it through with your leg, just like that. Good job. All right, we'll go ahead and go the other direction. All right, get the position here. Stand him up with my leg, reach across to the outside rein to give him direction and push him through. Very nice. Let's go ahead and move up to a trot and do this out of trot as well. All right, tip the nose to the inside, give him direction, push him through with my leg. If that horse speeds up and you're just kind of pushing on your face, pushing on your hands with his face, just gently take him to a stop, squeeze him, back him up till he's a little bit more mentally soft, and walk off and try it again. If your horse starts pushing and bracing on you, that's when you need to go back to your stop and refresh his memory on what it means when he feels rein pressure added. Notice how my horse stays mentally soft the whole time I'm doing this. He answers in the feet instead of trying to push on me with his face. Very nice. And always remember to take your hands back to neutral after your horse makes the move. This horse is a little further along, so I could sit here and do this all the way around the arena and he would continue to do his job because he knows there's an answer there. He knows there's a reward. He knows 100% that what he's doing is the right thing. But if you're just starting this exercise on your horse, be sure you take a couple steps, just feel that shoulder yield slightly and go back to neutral and do it again and again and again until you can build off of that. Don't try to hold him out there. Don't be like, okay, I want 20 feet. I want 10 steps. I want this or that. Set the goal really small and work through it on that, okay? Build off of that. I'm gonna go ahead and lope him off here and show you what this looks like at a lope. Get him soft. All right. Good job. So if I'm loping around here, you can see my horse is kind of cutting this circle off on his own. He's not really falling in, but he's definitely cutting that circle off. So I'm gonna take that inside rein, inside leg, give him direction with my outside rein and push him out. There we go, that was very nice on his part. If at any time you feel that shoulder starting to pop in, then you can take your inside leg, inside rein and just kind of stand it up right there. There I didn't really need any outside rein because he wasn't really falling in. He was just kind of dropping that shoulder ever so slightly. So I put the arc and make him arc back to the inside versus the outside. What you'll see a lot of people do when their horse starts drifting away from the wall, or if he's worried about something, say there's a banner on the wall and he's like, you know, I think I'll just kind of cut over here. What you see them do, they'll try and pull their horse back to the wall like this. Easy boy, I'm sorry. And that really doesn't accomplish anything, okay? What happens is that horse, they'll pull the rein to the outside and that shoulder just pops in and the horse keeps running the wrong direction with his nose stuck to the outside, okay? So your horse has to know how to answer in the feet for this to work. This is a push exercise, it's not a pull exercise. Most maneuvers we teach our horses, we push them to get there. We don't try to pull them to get there. Go ahead and lope them off again. So again, if at any point you feel your horse starting to look to the outside and the arc changes like this, pick up your inside rein, inside leg, push everything back, get him on an arc to the inside of the circle. There we go. It's very nice. Wait for him to relax. Go ahead and bring him down. It's okay. There we go. I'm just trying to get him to pick up and relax there. There we go. All right, so the main takeaway points here are be sure that you add even pressure with your reins. Don't be pulling on the inside rein more than the outside rein. Don't be pulling on the outside more than the inside. And then set the horse up, push him through with the leg. Don't try to muscle him over there. If things aren't happening, if he's bracing against your hands and he's trying to walk forward in that, then you have a stopping problem, okay? Your horse doesn't understand what it means when you apply pressure to the reins. That horse needs to answer and say, yes, what would you like me to do, okay? If he's bracing against you and just pushing on you, remind him of the backup, step him back a few steps, and then say, hey, let's try this again. Don't start fighting with him, don't wrestle with him, because you're never gonna win a wrestling match with a horse, okay? And you don't want them getting on offense when you start working with them. The last thing I want to say is this: if at any point you're on a circle loping around or trotting around, and again, just like at a walk, if you pick up and your horse just keeps running off with you, break him back down to a walk or a trot, a slower speed that he can understand, work on this exercise, clean it up, then go back to a higher speed, okay? So this should help you a lot with your shoulder control. Leave me a comment below and let me know how it works out for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.